Hello, Internet. So I'll probably record this tutorial again or tips video again in a more professional way, but I was just thinking about this and I don't know how commonplace it is, or I know that as a newbie engineer, it's something I didn't really even think of, but guide tracks. If you are not recording guide tracks, then you should start because if you're recording yourself, you're recording another band, you want to be as comfortable as possible when you are recording. Um, a band will typically, obviously, play together. They'll practice together. They'll rehearse together, and if you take them to a recording studio and all of a sudden they're not playing together, or they're playing track by track, it's off-putting. Ideally, you would be able to track everybody live to tape or live to DAW or whatever you want to call it at the same time. And when you're able to do that, it's awesome. Trust me, do it that way, without a click track if possible. And to me, it's the best way to record because you get everything done quickly. People play off of each other. It just overall sounds more natural, more musical, whatever word you want to describe it. But if you don't have that luxury of, 12 plus tracks, more like 16 tracks, if you're recording a full drum set, but if you don't have that luxury, then guide tracks are the way to go. And what they are is it's really simple. You record them, you're gonna throw them away later, but you record them so that in many cases the drummer, because it's usually drums that go first if you're doing it track by track, the drummer has something to play off of instead of a click track. So in this case, vocals, definitely, rhythm guitar, bass to an extent. I wouldn't always use bass because it's hard to hear in headphones, but definitely rhythm guitar, definitely vocals. And what you want to do is use some plugins. Now, I would recommend that you balance these tracks so that you don't have any issues with CPU or RAM usage. But you know, do some compression, do some EQ so that these tracks come through loud and clear in the headphones. And then you'll make sure they're also on time. So look at the click track, make sure the rhythm guitar is where it needs to be. Ask the lead singer to listen to the guide track. um, those two tracks are, to me, 100%. I wouldn't say 100% necessary, but they just make the recording process easier. And the way that when I typically will record those tracks is while the drummer is warming up for whatever song they're recording. So yeah, definitely use guide tracks, record guide tracks, and let the band know what you're doing, obviously. And I think most of them will agree. I haven't had any disagree with that. So anyway, yeah, thumbs up if you like this advice, and if you have any other tips on guide tracks. Oh, by the way, while I'm thinking about it, another thing I sometimes forget to do is to record drum samples, meaning if you have all the drums mic'd up, you get a few recordings of the drums being hit softly, like ghost notes or so. You get them really loud, and then you also get maybe some fills, but that doesn't really always work. But definitely get, even the hi-hat and the cymbals, just get some one hits from those. And trust me, when you go to mix and edit, I should say, when you go to edit, you could definitely use those. And also, you could build your own sample library over time. Anyway, see ya.